full of stuff that we don't want to know about. This is Andrew's Efficiency, and it is delicious. We've got our cranberry benefits, or the mixed berry, best pricing of the year. And of course, our first today's special is one that has a true reputation that goes back decades. It is Andrew's Ultimate Eye Support. Once a year we do this, a value unlike any other. It's an opportunity to give our body, our eyes, the things that they so desperately deserve, using Mother Nature's best tools. We'll go over pricing in a minute. It's been an amazing day. Andrew, obviously today is a day to just stop down and focus in. We love our eyes. We want our eyes to last us and do the best they possibly can for us, but we have to give them what they need. And we're gonna get Andrew. Andrew, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. Great. Okay, that was scary for a second, but
I was even more scared.
Well, you'd be on your own. But when it comes to our eyes, the things that our eyes need, when we talk about lutein and we talk about zeaxanthin, it's not something that I say we need. It's something that anatomically we require. If I said that our bones require calcium, no one would disagree with me. Right. We have to have calcium. We get it from our diet or we get it from a supplement, but we have to have calcium. It's part of the structure of our bones. The same thing for our eyes. The retina of our eye, what they call the macular pigment, and we've probably heard about the macular region of the retina. It's the most important part of the retina. It's the central core of our most important vision. That macular part of the retina, when you look at the macula, what you see is the highest concentrations in the human body of lutein and zeaxanthin. That is the macular pigment. It's there for the purpose of vision. It's there to protect the vision that we treasure over the course of our lifetime. And when we talk about our lifetime, everything changes. It's unfortunate, the aging process, one of the prices we pay for getting to stick around longer are all the little issues that come with aging. And one of those issues that are guaranteed is changing in the way our eyes work. And if there's one thing that the science and the research has been crystal clear about, the degree to which we focus on the protective nutrients like lutein, zeaxanthin, anthocyanins, the degree to which we avoid certain behaviors like smoking and other behaviors, that's the degree to which we give our eyes the greatest chance to age gracefully. Right. And that's what this is all about. I've read dozens and dozens of charts today that talked about not just lutein and zeaxanthin being critical for healthy aging eyes, but also being just as critical for a healthy aging brain. And if you really think about our eyes, they're directly connected to our brain. They're sort of a specialized part of our brain, a sensory organ. So it's no surprise that just as lutein and zeaxanthin are critical for healthy vision as we age, and we don't get them from our diet, unfortunately, we get trace amounts. As I said before, the average amount we get in the American diet, if you took one capsule of Ultimate Eye every week, just one capsule a week, not one capsule a day, but one capsule a week, you'd be more than doubling the levels of lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin in the typical American diet. So this is high potency. Even if you took one capsule every other day or one capsule, 2 capsules a week, you are still dramatically changing the availability of these nutrients that are absolutely critical for healthy vision, and for healthy brain function as we age. Lutein and zeaxanthin has been directly connected, directly associated with a healthier aging brain.
And that's what we want. We want to live a long and healthy life. On this day, I can show you the pricing because it really is remarkable. If you call tomorrow, that's what you'll pay. So there's a 41.20, 360, or that special 720. Andrew only does that on a today's special. Normally $299. Today it's $159.90, so you're saving $140. That's one choice. The most popular selection today, though, has been Ultimate Eye Support with astaxanthin, which further contributes to eye health and also brain and heart and immune system. There's so much to it. Value-wise, this is the biggest bang for your buck. If you look at the 720 caps, tomorrow it would be $459. Today it's $199, so $40 more. That's all, saving more than you're spending in this case. You're saving $259.90 versus the $199. That's huge, Andrew.
And to think that you get 720 capsules, you're getting 4 milligrams of astaxanthin per day, and that's only $40 more. And astaxanthin I think if you actually did the math, it's probably, if not the most expensive, close to the most expensive ingredient in any of our supplements. I would say in the top 5, you'll find lutein, you'll find zeaxanthin, you'll find astaxanthin. That's why, to do it today special for this product, with the highest levels of lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin we've ever had. We introduced these levels a few years ago. And for it in the large size to be about 20 cents a capsule, I never thought we would achieve that kind of pricing. And part of the reason we have is, if you remember back, we manufacture everything. If you remember back, our original eye product was a 2-piece capsule.
Yep.
Now it's a small soft gel. In the past, the lutein, the zeaxanthin, the astaxanthin, they were in specialized beadlets, these little micro beadlets that were a powder that went in the capsule. What we've done now is we go directly to the most concentrated oil sources of lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, so it goes directly in the capsule even more efficiently, which is why a couple of decades later, a product that's even higher potency is lower priced than it ever has been. So it's, again, because we're the manufacturer, we get to do these things. And this was a multi-year process. This new product came out. I remember it was super exciting. It's hard for us to make. It's really challenging. I was just reading an email about it today. Yeah. But we introduced this to great hoopla during COVID.
I remember.
So this has only been out here for a little over 3 years. And it was just an incredibly difficult task to accomplish. But when you look at the concentration, the capsule looks virtually black.
Yep.
But there's nothing black in the capsule. There's yellow, there's orange, there's kind of salmon-colored red, and there's some purple anthocyanins. Why is it black? Because of the incredible concentration that we managed to get into that capsule. It's Mother Nature at her best. And I'm not looking at the screen now, but if you spread it on like a little white dish and make it as thin as possible, it's done. You start seeing, when you get to like layers that are literally a molecule thick, you start seeing it becoming yellow or orange or sort of a pinkish purple. You get to see the wonderful pigments, those carotenoids that protect the retina, that protect the macular region, that support the healthy circulation to and from the eye. So it's a remarkable product that I don't do justice discussing how difficult it was to accomplish this product and to make it so affordable versus the original Ultimate Eye that was lower potency, yet more expensive.
There's a lot to discover. We're talking about lutein and zeaxanthin, and then the choice with astaxanthin added to it. These are potent, important, expensive ingredients. And obviously on this day, 20,000 people have said, I need to get that. And there's a whole number of reasons why. People realize that in 2024, it's a different day, it's a different generation. We're now on our phones the entire time. We are fixated with these screens, the blue light, the high energy light. It's television, it's phones, it's tablets, it's computers, it's all these things that are maybe hurting us. Maybe your eyes are strained. Maybe they're not as sharp as they once were. As Andrew and I were discussing at midnight when this launched, it is never too late to start on a journey that can have a big impact. And Andrew, as important as this information is, you know that validation from the nearly 2,000 perfect 5-star reviews says it all.
And I think the reviews, over 80% of the reviews, I think 85% of the reviews are perfect 5-star reviews for a product that you have great expectations when you get a product like this. But it's never too late to enjoy the benefits. Your body, in fact, I had research charts that I read today that talked about no matter what the age, you deliver lutein and zeaxanthin, and in a matter of weeks, you see the concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin go up in the macular region of the retina. That's how quickly, if you give your body what it needs, your body knows exactly what to do with it. We treasure our eyesight. Unfortunately, you were mentioning these blue screens. Well, the blue screens were maybe the real problem. Our telephones, all the different pads we look at, the TVs we look at, that give off much more blue light than the standard light bulbs we used to use before that were mostly warmer and not giving off blue light. And unfortunately now in our homes, they're far more energy efficient, which is a wonderful thing, but LED lighting. LED lighting tends to be cool lighting. Why is it cool? It's cool because it has a concentration in the blue spectrum. So we're basically kind of drowning ourselves in radiation that's challenging to the tissues of our eyes. And our body has a wonderful system to protect itself from high energy blue light and ultraviolet radiation. And that's zeaxanthin. And again, we didn't even talk about the anthocyanins and their role in night vision. We didn't talk about the role of these carotenoids just supporting healthy tear production, because one of the other things, even if your eyes work great as you get older, one of the other things that's a mark of aging with our eyes is tear production just doesn't work as well. So our eyes tend to be, even nothing else, nothing problematic, but our eyes just are not as dry not as moist as we get older. And certainly there's all sorts of issues in our environments, again, that contribute to irritation of our eyes.
So we are in the last leg of our journey today. This will be a Today Special again in 2025. But in terms of this year and in terms of now, it is coming to a close this evening. I want to show you the pricing because we do have a clear winner. It has maintained the momentum since we launched. The most popular choice amongst everything is the 720 capsules of Andrew's Ultimate Eye Support with astaxanthin. It is, and obviously represents the biggest savings by far. If you were to call tomorrow and it was available, $459.80. If you're calling today, it's $199.90. So you're saving more than you're spending. Make no bones about it. It is the most potent, most comprehensive, best-in-class eye support product that exists in America today. You cannot buy better than what Andrew has in here without the fillers and the binders and the additives and the things that we don't want to be consuming. I'll read 2 or 3 reviews and then we'll maybe come back to them a little bit later.
Please.
But obviously, Andrew, this is a big moment that is represented in people's words, like this first one. I love it, which is a great way to start. Working remotely, I realized I was staring at my computer for more hours than usual. My eyes started to bother me. Feeling strained and dry, I started using the Ultimate Eye Support capsules and I felt and saw an improvement. I actually noticed a remarkable difference in how much sharper my vision was. I'm an artist and never miss a day without taking Ultimate Eye Support. Rosie says, great eye vitamins. I've been taking Andrew Lessman's Ultimate Eye Support for years. These new vitamins are so much better. I was amazed how my eyes are very moist and I feel my eyes are clearer. Great job, Andrew. These are A+ in my book. I can't wait for my checkup in October. Beverly in Colorado says, works for me. My eyes have been bothering me, especially toward the end of the day. Lately, I've noticed a big change, and as I've been taking the Ultimate Eye Support for about 2 months, I'm 82 years old and I'm on the computer a lot, so my eyes do get tired. I will stick with Ultimate Eye Support. Always take Andrew's Eye Support vitamins. I've taken the Eye Support vitamins for as many years as I can remember. Our family has age-related eye issues, and I am determined to do everything I can by taking the latest version daily. Without fail, and wearing sunglasses every time I go out to help maintain my healthy blue-green eyes. Andrew, being proactive, understanding where we are and where we're going, and understanding that there's no debate here. The science is there, the facts are there. Our body needs these things, the lutein, the zeaxanthin, the astaxanthin. If we're not getting it from our diet, we have to consider what else we can do to maximize the best for our eyes.
No, it's well said. We have to get it from our diet. We don't. I wish I could encourage everyone to eat green leafy vegetables, because the green of the vegetables, even things like peas and beans, are an incredible source of lutein and zeaxanthin. And if we don't get them, we're shortchanging our body. And even think about how much more of a challenge it is nowadays. Before we had all these devices that we were staring at all day long, and we typically spend hours looking at that device. And if we're looking at the device and if we're seeing the device, it means that the radiation from the device is entering our eye.
Yes.
And if radiation is high energy. Radiation and energy can damage tissues. Our body, as I said before, has a system of protection, but we have to provide the fuel for that system. We have to provide the tool for that system. And unfortunately, we get 1 or 2 milligrams at most of lutein and zeaxanthin from the typical American diet. A day's supply of Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin gives you 22. So 1 or 2 versus 22.
Right.
And even just Ultimate Eye itself, lutein and zeaxanthin, it's 1 or 2 versus 18.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a dramatic difference in potency, and the levels we chose are the levels that are emphasized as being essential in the research to see the greatest benefit. But mind you, if it's for your budget, you could only afford to take 1 capsule every other day, and in the large size, that's 20 cents a capsule. It's incredibly affordable. Even in the next to largest size, I think it's about 25 cents a capsule. So it really becomes incredibly affordable to experience the benefits of this product, but we don't want to go without. Our vision is critical. We want to age as gracefully as possible, and we all know, we see it around us. If what do they say? That God takes care of those who take care of themselves. That we should contribute. If we have good fortune to still be here, we should contribute to making that journey as positive as possible, and to make sure we have the greatest chance of a good outcome. And again, it's not a drug, it's not a medicine, with all due respect to other vitamin companies who love to position their supplements, their vitamins, or their joint products as inflammation and pain relief products. These supplements are not drugs in treating illnesses and things like that. What I always say about lutein and zeaxanthin, it's something better, because lutein and zeaxanthin, they are the macular pigment. They are part of the structure of how vision works. And so if it's part of the structure, the one thing that follows structure is function. So if we want to make sure that our eye, the retina, the macula have the tools to function at their very best, sure, make sure that you see your ophthalmologist or optometrist at least once a year or twice a year, depending on what they recommend. Make sure you show them this product, and your doctor is going to recommend. In fact, we have a product. I haven't talked about it at all. It's a booster. If all you wanted to do was boost lutein and zeaxanthin, or boost lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, we have our Max L plus Z and our Max L plus Z plus A, also at today's special pricing. So, and that's a product, the reason I want to mention it, I created that product because when I went to see my ophthalmologist, he loves Ultimate Eye, but he said for some patients, we like them to take extra lutein and zeaxanthin. Can you have a standalone lutein and zeaxanthin product so our patients can get that extra lutein and zeaxanthin? And that's what Max L plus Z or Max L plus Z plus A delivers.
The body cannot produce lutein and zeaxanthin, so we have to consider how we're getting it. If it's not from our diet, we have to supplement truly to make the most of really not only our overall health, but really giving our eyes what they need. We are running out of time, and we're running out of availability in terms of a few of the larger sizes. Andrew has great today's specials all year long, and they are designed to be the best pricing of the year. Economies of scale. Obviously, we're bringing a lot today, and a lot are being sold, so you benefit truly. This represents one of the biggest deals of 2024 on any today's special. 720 caps of Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin would be $459 and change. We're at $199. You could do it on FlexPay, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. We take all the big debit and credit cards. That saves you $259.90. But that pricing is only good for the today's special. You can buy Ultimate Eye Support throughout the year, but you don't get value as strong, as big, as extraordinary as it is today, which is why so many people take this one day to stock up. So many people I know today are discovering it for the first time. Andrew and I, you and I started at midnight, but obviously it has to come to an end at that pricing.
Well, it's going to come to an end at midnight or when we run out of the large size of the Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin. And what I was also going to say just about pricing is that when we introduced this new formula with higher potency, soft gel capsule, much, much lower price.
Yes.
That was back during COVID, and we all know that there's been crazy inflation. We hear about it all the time.
Yeah.
But we are today at the exact same price as when we introduced this new format, this new potency. So we haven't raised the price a penny on the Today Special from that very special introductory price, this new dosage.
Amazing.
So it's an exciting opportunity to think that, as you probably heard me talk about other products, my goal is always to have products that are, say, 10 or 20 cents a capsule.
Yep.
To make them as affordable. Sometimes our vitamin D will be as low as 5 or 6 cents a capsule. So we really try to make things affordable. But again, lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, these are ingredients that cost thousands and thousands of dollars a pound. So to think that we're able to make a product where the key ingredients are lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, anthocyanins from bilberry, that's an ingredient that costs probably close to $1,000 a kilogram, so several $100s a pound, and that we're able to do this at just a little over 20 cents a capsule is really exciting. And then it's so high potency that, as I said before, even if you just got the small size and took 1 or 2 capsules a week, you're still making a dramatic difference in your intake of carotenoids. If you take 1 capsule a day, it's brilliant. I take 2 capsules a day. Whatever you take will make a profound difference in your intake because we get so little from our diet. And this provides so much per capsule.
2 things. Shortly, you'll see a clock appear on your screen, guys. We're counting down the final 10, 12 minutes of the presentation with Andrew, so I'd love for you to shop for yours. We're going to go to Andrew's reinvention of the vitamin C drink, efficiency and mixed berry or cranberry benefits. We're going to do that next, and then we've got some CoQ10 and the secure meal replacement bars. But this is last call on several of the options of Ultimate Eye Support. The other thing that I do want to just kind of draw in, Andrew, is, you know, for anybody watching who is maybe saying, well, I have a multivitamin and I'm sure that lutein zeaxanthin is covered in that. I want to be clear, a lot of these multivitamins either are simply not high enough levels or they just ignore it altogether.
In the major makers of multivitamins, the only multivitamin that has lutein and zeaxanthin in them is mine. But of course, the levels that are present in a multivitamin are a fraction of the levels that are presented in a specific eye support product such as this. All the typical big brand multivitamins, they either contain trace amounts, most of them contain no lutein, no zeaxanthin. So if you want these products at levels that will make a difference for your vision. In fact, if you took 1 capsule of our Ultimate Eye Support, well, again, the typical multivitamins contain 0, but some of them might contain 250 micrograms of, say, lutein. It still is going to require several weeks of that multivitamin to equal the 1 capsule of lutein from Ultimate Eye. So it's significantly higher potency. Again, and if you look at the research, on brain health, if you look at the research on eye health, you just would, if you weren't taking this, you would make sure that green leafy vegetables, green vegetables, yellow fruits, that they define your diet. If you treasure the health of your eyes, then you have to respect the importance of lutein. And these are not drugs. But as I said, in my mind, it's something so much greater because lutein and zeaxanthin are the actual macular pigments. They are structural to the eye. And as structural to the eye, they are a critical functional component of healthy vision. And as we've learned in studies over the last 10 years, that, and we're talking dozens of studies, have observed that those of us, and I had a great chart earlier today, those of us with the healthiest levels of lutein and zeaxanthin as we age. And the best one was the chart that was a graph of people between the age of 80 and 100. And if you looked at the people with cognitive impairment versus the people who had normal cognitive function, the people with cognitive impairment had levels of lutein and zeaxanthin that were about half as high. So again, all it underscores is that lutein and zeaxanthin are a normal part of the body's system of vision and a normal part of the body's system of brain and cognitive function. So we don't want to deprive our body of these valuable tools just because the American diet has become a diet that just deprives us. It's not our fault. I look at what I was raised eating. The closest thing I got to lutein and zeaxanthin were maybe some peas or some corn. But we were not eating, I do now, but we were not eating kale or spinach. And then you have a lot of people who will tell you not to eat kale or spinach because like that. So there's also internet, but green leafy vegetables, they are an incredible source of these protective compounds that we need for our eyes and that also support the health of our aging brain.
And as you listen to Andrew, you might say, well, I'm not eating a lot of kale or a lot of spinach, and I know that my diet every day isn't maybe what it should be. Because deep down inside ourselves, we know what we really should be eating. It should be a lot more green than it is brown, but still, we're creatures of habit, and maybe we don't eat perhaps the way we know deep down inside we should be. Andrew makes it easy, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to know that one small soft gel cap I can take and get such extraordinary levels, such extraordinary potency of these key ingredients that can do me the world of good. I'm going to read 4 final reviews. I know we're counting backwards. We have hundreds of orders coming through. The price is expiring. It is the last chance until 2025 once our today's special's over. First review says, absolutely wonderful. Now that I am retired, I'm a very avid reader. I read at least 1 book a day. Too much really, but with the help of this wonderful eye supplement, my eyes are holding up extremely well. My eye doctor a year ago told me I had young eyes for my age, which is 73. I won't stop taking this one ever, says Jan. This is my 3rd bottle of Ultimate Eye Support. And my last eye exam, the doctor remarked how healthy my eyes were from my last annual exam. She said, keep taking those eye vitamins because they're working. Same for my husband. As seniors, it is so important to keep aging eyes in good condition. Thank you, Andrew, for making a product that works. Great product. I've been taking 2 a day of these for years and wouldn't be without them. I'm a senior and my vision with reading glasses is far under the 3.5 indicated on charts. I truly believe these are what are keeping my eyes as healthy as they are. Rarely do I feel eye strain or see spots, but if I do, these help. I believe in them wholeheartedly. Thanks, Andrew, for making them a today's special annually. And that's exactly what this is. Maybe it's the age-related changes that have been referred to in the reviews or Andrew and I have been talking about. Maybe it's the idea that our eyes are under attack in a way that they've never really been with all the computers and screens and the phones and the tablets. Our watches now have a screen on them. We are bombarded with all of these screens 24 hours a day. So the reality is, again, we know, Andrew, we need to do something to help them out.
Well, again, aging is inevitable. Aging is unavoidable. Aging isn't pleasant. Aging isn't comfortable. I've always said from the moment I was on TV, the first time, I guess it was, we're talking 34 years ago, that aging is the most pernicious disease that nobody considers a disease. That it certainly robs us of our ease. But when we talk about our eyes, and I've often told this story, a brilliant ophthalmologist who developed a lot of the technology of modern eye surgery, when I asked him a couple of decades ago, so when does that damage that we all experience over the course of our lifetime, and as we get older, we start seeing issues with our vision, when does that really start? And his answer to me surprised me. And he said, the moment you open your eyes as an infant. It's almost unfair to call it damage because it's just the normal course of events. It's like if you leave a newspaper out in the sun, it yellows. That sunlight, radiation, light, it's powerful. And our tissues are remarkable with their capacity to heal themselves and to repair and regenerate themselves. But over the course of our lifetime, they're not perfect. So again, this is not a drug or a treatment or prevention for disease or anything like that. But what it represents are the tools that our body uses to maintain these precious, fragile tissues. And when we think about the things that we all know change in our vision, the sharpness of our vision, the contrast of our vision, say the dryness or moisture of our eyes, all of these normal, natural, age-related changes. I was reading the science earlier today that I used to talk about this product and always really emphasize the long-term benefits. But now we know that lutein and zeaxanthin, they play a role like a pair of super internal sunglasses, or glasses that they play a filtering effect. Like when you put on those yellow sunglasses and everything looks sharper, lutein and zeaxanthin do it without causing the yellow color, but that they improve focus, they improve contrast, they improve our ability to adapt to bright light after being in a dark space or dark light after being in a bright space. The glare that we experience, glare tolerance. I read dozens of charts talking about that earlier today. So we're simply talking about something that if I said to you, gosh, if you get adequate calcium and vitamin D, you're giving your body an opportunity to have healthy, strong bones. Nobody would even go, okay, tell me something I don't know.
Right.
So when we talk about lutein and zeaxanthin, it is a more concentrated part of the retina of the eye than calcium is a concentrated part of bone.
Wow.
To give you a sense of what a concentrated critical role it plays. And we don't get it adequately from our diet unless we're eating an abundance of green leafy vegetables. And this is just an opportunity to give our eyes, to give our brain, all the research about aging brain and brain health. I know which group I want to, when they talk about the research in people getting older, I know which group I want to be a member of, and it's the group that had adequate lutein and zeaxanthin throughout their lifetime, which supports a healthy brain as we age.
And that's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why Andrew has done this all these years, is to share this information and to share it with us so we can make our own choice and make an educated decision. The one thing that I can throw into the mix is that HSN on this one day is giving out the best value that we do all year long with FlexPay, with free shipping and handling. But it is obviously coming to a close now. Couple choices. The first choice is Andrew's Ultimate Eye Support. That's where the pricing will be. That's where the pricing is. The most popular choice, though, is Andrew's Ultimate Eye Support with astaxanthin. Pricing on the 720 caps, which Andrew does not make at any other time other than at today's special, $459. It is the best in the world. Okay? Today it's $199.90. FlexPay free shipping. You're saving more than you're spending. Obviously, in everything that we're going to do tonight, and as is always the case, you have our 30-day return policy. Take it, try it, see what you think. But Andrew, as the reviewers show and we have shared tonight, its impact is pretty profound in so many cases.
And also, I think so many folks are choosing the Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin just because you get so much astaxanthin for just $40 more in 720 capsules. So it's a bargain on the astaxanthin. But astaxanthin probably has the greatest, as good as the science is on lutein, zeaxanthin, and say eye fatigue with, as they call it, computer terminal use, using electronic devices and things like that. The research on astaxanthin and visual accommodation, the ability of our eyes to deal with the close focus, the changes in focus, the ability of our eyes to deal with computer terminal use, using the electronic devices, that's where the astaxanthin research shines. So when you get the lutein, the zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, you get all of the natural carotenoids that are concentrated in the eye to deliver the benefits that our modern world really requires. Unfortunately, it requires it. Our world is complicated. Our world is challenging. And if we're going to stick around here for a long time, our world definitely does a number on us. And it's up to us. It's up to us to learn as much as we can. You do not have to get my product, but if you're going to do something wonderful for your eyes and for your brain, it will include finding the best lutein and zeaxanthin and astaxanthin product you could find.
And that's what it is. It is here and now. We want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and see and hear and listen to this presentation. I hope you gained something from it. We love talking about it. If you want to go to hsn.com, you can read more about it and certainly review all the options. But that does wrap up our Ultimate Eye Support. With or without astaxanthin, it is a phenomenal way to improve the quality of our life. We're going to leave this here and we're going to go over this way because there are two today.